Kelly Osbourne found herself in a nightmare of her own making after one of the most disastrous on-air moments in The View's history came back to haunt her.
There are a lot of Latinos here in this country that do agree that the immigration problem is a problem and it does need to be addressed and it does need to be fixed.
Interesting.
But making those comments, those racist comments, do not help.
And if you kick every Latino out of this country, then who is going to be cleaning your toilet, Donald Trump?
Oh, that's no.
In the sense that, you know what I mean? Like, when I'm saying
There's more jobs to be
in LA, they always...
But
they don't...
Latinos are not only the only people
I didn't mean it
doing
like that.
It all started years ago when, in an attempt to criticize Trump's immigration policies, she horrifically fumbled her words and said, "If you kick every Latino out of this country, then who is going to clean your toilets? Donald Trump." The backlash was immediate and brutal, with people accusing her of blatant racism while The View hosts sat in stunned silence, scrambling to cover for her.
There's more jobs to be
in LA, they always...
But
they don't...
Latinos are not only the only people
I didn't mean
doing
it like that. Come on. No, I would never mean it like that.
At the time, Osbourne tried to backtrack, but the damage was done. The clip went viral and she was roasted across social media, with even hardcore liberals cringing at the tone-deaf remark. She was dragged for weeks, with the Latino community demanding accountability and critics pointing out the irony of a privileged Hollywood celebrity trying to lecture others on racism while casually making a racist remark herself.
Kelly Osbourne has never been one to mince words or show remorse for speaking her mind, but this time she really did put her foot in her mouth. After making inflammatory remarks about Latinos on ABC's The View on Tuesday's episode, Kelly was trying to bash presidential candidate Donald Trump about his immigration remarks. And in doing so, she, insulted Latinos herself. Listen.
Fast forward to today, and things have only gotten worse for her. With Trump stronger than ever, dominating polls, and making headlines with his unapologetic policies, Osbourne suddenly needed to save face. She had spent years virtue signaling, trying to prove she was woke enough to erase that moment, but it never went away. So, in a desperate attempt to rewrite history, she begged Trump for mercy on The View, hoping for some kind of public absolution. The moment was awkward from the start. The View panel, especially Sunny Hostin and Whoopi Goldberg, looked uncomfortable, knowing full well that Osbourne had dug her own grave. But she pressed on, nervously trying to smooth things over with an over-the-top plea.
Donald Trump.
Yikes! Kelly Osbourne under fire after that comment on The View Tuesday. She said it during a discussion about presidential candidate Donald Trump. Kelly's comments were met with groans and moans from the rest of the panel.
Oh, that's no.
In the sense that, you know what I mean? Like, when I'm saying
there's more jobs to be
in LA, they always...
But
they don't...
Latinos are not only the only people
I didn't mean it like that. Come on.
The View studio went dead silent. Even the audience, usually full of knee-jerk claps and cheers, hesitated, unsure if they were supposed to support her or laugh at the sheer desperation of it all. Whoopi raised an eyebrow, clearly unimpressed, knowing Osbourne's plea was a losing battle, looking like she wanted no part of this mess. The internet? Oh, they had a field day.
The 30-year-old TV personality took to her Facebook page to address the incident, writing, "I will take responsibility for my poor choice of words, but I will not apologize for being a racist, as I am not. Although I was stopped mid-sentence by Rosie and couldn't finish my point, I will not let Rosie take responsibility for my words. I should have known better as I was on The View and it was live."
The clip exploded across social media, with conservatives mocking her sudden change of heart and liberals cringing at her obvious attempt at damage control. Memes flooded Twitter, with users posting captions like Kelly Osbourne realizing Trump might win and panicking, alongside images of people fake smiling through terror. Some even pointed out the hilarious irony. She had spent years trashing Trump, calling him every name in the book, yet here she was, practically begging for his forgiveness on national television. One viral tweet summed it up perfectly. Kelly Osbourne, Trump is a racist dictator. Also Kelly Osbourne.
And it was my poor choice of words, and it doesn't reflect my opinion at all, and I do not want to be brought into this political nightmare, and I don't quite understand how it got this big, considering like Rosie and I are really good friends.
Meanwhile, Trump supporters weren't buying it for a second. In fact, the whole thing backfired on Osbourne. Instead of earning sympathy, people roasted her for her hypocrisy. Conservative commentators destroyed her, with one saying, Kelly Osbourne spent years pandering to the woke mob, and now that she realizes Trump isn't going anywhere, she's trying to backpedal. Pathetic. And Trump? He didn't even acknowledge her. Not a tweet, not a Truth Social post, nothing. He let the internet roast her alive without lifting a finger. At the end of the day, Osbourne failed in her attempt to rewrite history. Her cringeworthy plea only served as a reminder of her own blunder. And instead of saving face, she became a joke all over again. Now, whenever people talk about her, they don't remember her as some woke activist. They remember her as the woman who tried to lecture Trump on immigration and ended up exposing her own racism instead.